said I'm going to quit acting. I'm going to travel the world with my camera. I'm so happy I'm not an actor anymore. Oh, advice to travel vloggers there. Don't have a boyfriend. I would say I've had a very, very colorful life and very interesting life. It's been up and down and it's been pretty amazing. Can't complain. I started off like when I was in the FYJC, always wanted to be a photographer. So I assisted some photographers and then I got some ads as a model, and I couldn't believe they were asking me to be a model because I was never thought, like I was a little fat kid. But I think I was really always very bubbly and full of life. So I got a lot of ads from there. MTV called me. Then I became an MTV VJ for many years. From that, Ishq Vishq happened. Then I started doing Bollywood movies. So it's always been very interesting. It's all been in the media space, but I always wanted to do, like, all the money I earned, I used to spend traveling. I was very into traveling and have traveled the world with that. Before I started making these travel videos, I was already traveling the world. But I always thought to myself, oh, I could do this more. Why don't I could make this my job, you know? So actually, I used to write a lot of travel pilots while I was acting. I taught myself how to shoot. I taught myself how to edit. And went to TV channels and I was like, I would love to do this travel show. But every time I was rejected. They were like, oh, we're not interested in a travel show. It sounds too boring. People won't watch it. Why not GEC? I was like, no, I don't want a GEC. I want a travel show. And so in November 2018, I thought to myself, I moved back to India. I was living in the US at that time, and I moved back to India, and I thought to myself, I've given so many years to acting. I was just fed up. And I remember I was walking from my house to Carter Road, and I remember talking to myself in my head, and I told myself, listen, Shenaz, you've given so many years to acting. Why don't you put 1 year into travel? Make your own travel content. No worries, it's fine, just do this. And I didn't know where I was going with it, what I was doing. I said, I'm going to quit acting. I'm going to travel the world with my camera. I'm going to edit myself, and I'm going to put these out on social media. I don't want to take selfies of myself and just post them. That's so boring, right? And who wants to look at my face in 100 angles? I certainly don't. So I was like, I have the skill of shooting, editing, and story. So I'm going to use it. And so I started. And then I didn't even know where I was going. Today I am pretty busy and traveling the world. And like you said, people are like, oh, she's the #1 travel influencer in India. I'm like, wow, that just happened. It just happened, and it's pretty amazing. It's the best job in the world. So the thing that really motivated me to go was like, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this, but I didn't end up going until I had a really bad breakup. I had a really, really heartbreaking breakup. And then I decided, like, forget everything. I'm just going to go travel the world. And that actually pushed me. So they say you're most creative when you go through a heartbreak. And that is true, because that pushed me to just concentrate on this. I had nobody to come home to. I was just by myself in the world with my camera and my laptop editing, and it was perfect. That helped me get over it, and that helped me see the world. Yes. Oh, advice to travel vloggers there. Don't have a boyfriend. In acting, challenges is always like, you know, you get work, you're on a great film, and then it gets over. And then you're like, it's always this constant fear, like, oh my God, I'm never going to do another film. No one's called me. It's been 3 days. You know, you always have that fear. Whereas now, with what I'm doing, it's great because I'm my own boss. So I've never felt more free. It's a very freeing feeling making your own content, because I write my own content, I shoot my own content, I edit, and now I have an editor. But when I started, I was editing my own content too. So I'm my own boss. So today, if I don't work, nothing will happen. But I am my own engine. Being an actor is hard. I'm so happy I'm not an actor anymore. It's unfortunate to say, but I don't feel safe traveling alone in India. It depends on where in India, but in the north, and I'm going to get terrible negative comments now after saying this. I don't want to lie and say it's 100% safe for a girl to travel alone. No, I don't feel 100% safe. In a restaurant in Manali, in New Manali, eating something, and I go up to the bathroom, and the owner of the restaurant came out of the bathroom and he's like, oh, come, like almost trying to like go by and make me. I said, you come out, then I'll go. He comes out and he says, can I kiss you? And I was like, are you serious? And then again, when I went to the bathroom and I came out on the stairs, he was standing there and he's like trying to get me to pass him. So these kind of things really upset. And I said, listen, I'm going to scream. How dare you? Firstly, like my friend is sitting downstairs. With the guy there, I felt like, oh, and then I started yelling and stuff. But in some places, it is safe. Like Southern India, I feel is more safe. Now, don't hate me for saying this because this is the reality. So it depends on where you are and how you are. There are places where I don't feel completely safe. Like, where have I been? Okay, like when I went to Colombia, I didn't feel completely safe. You know, in Medellin, you feel more like you're going to get mugged. You feel a little bit. So I know how to take care of myself. For me, traveling is not going to parties and bars and men, and that's not what it is. For me, it's more outdoors. So I like to like get up at 6 in the morning, go for a hike, go for a swim. So that kind of thing. Like by 8, 9, I'm exhausted. I'm in my room and I'm sleeping. That's a challenge because I really love food and I go to exotic places. Like I'm going to go now to France, and France is all about cheese. I mainly eat just fish, so that sometimes becomes a challenge. I eat a lot, but I eat healthy. That's number one. Number two is I'm super active as a person. So when I'm in Bombay, I work out in a gym or I go swim in a pool, but my best workouts are when I'm climbing Machu Picchu or jumping into the ocean in the Maldives. You know, that's like working out, but you're having fun working out. You know, running up and down in a desert in Ras Al Khaimah. You know, so that's like, wow, I'm actually active and I'm enjoying the beauty of nature. So I think that keeps me fit. Is make your own content, shoot it, edit it. Remember, it's not about your beauty. So I feel like that's a mistake, that common mistake that girls make a lot. It's all about like if you put 10 pictures of yourself, sexy pictures out there, it's not going to, that doesn't last. People want to watch you for your content. I've figured this out, and that's really important to know as a content creator. It's about the place. Make it about your audience. Don't make it about you. You know, that's a big advice. I love to travel the world, but when I'm in Bombay, I don't like to move out of Bandra because I don't like traffic. So I'm just like in Bandra and Juhu. Basically, that's it. Number one place is my home to eat. Number two place is my parents' home. I love Bombay Canteen. I think that's my favorite restaurant in Bombay. That's great food. And because I'm in Bandra, I love Sequel. That's like healthy smoothie bowls over there that I love. I love this Japanese restaurant, new one, small little cute place called Izumi. Okay, number one, I would say travel alone. You have to experience traveling just by yourself. Number two, talk to strangers. I know your mom told you not to talk to strangers, but when you're traveling, do talk to strangers. Talk to the locals. Number three, get lost on purpose. You know, it's fun sometimes to get lost, take a wrong street, and suddenly you end up in some amazing place that you didn't even think you would go to. Number four, I would say don't eat at touristy places because those are going to be the most expensive and the food's not going to be that great. Find the little places, and you only find the little places by either getting lost or talking to locals. Number five, pack as light as possible. You don't want to be just bogged down with stuff all the time. So try to just be light. Also, when you go to a place, you may want to buy things. Definitely my cameras. I need to shoot. So my laptop, very important to edit. Definitely a swimsuit. I never go anywhere without a swimsuit. You never know. There may be a nice pool. Or even if it's winter, there may be a heated spa or something like that. Socks. Socks are important because sometimes it's really chilly. And if my feet get cold first, so socks. And I like a nice hat. Hi everybody, I'm Shenaz and you're watching me on Midday.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.